The big thing, we didn't have any serious injuries, which is always good. You got your nicks and your bumps, your bruises, all those things, but that's kind of to come whenever you're doing your first live scrimmage and you're tackling a little bit more and some of that. But it was a good day. A couple guys that just off the top flashed, thinking back to 2 days ago. Antoine Woody in the slot room, he had a huge day for us. I don't know his exact numbers. I want to say he had probably 8 or 9 catches for at least $150. Had some really good plays. Kelby Valson there at the Z receiver caught a few huge balls. Dom Henry took a 75-yard touchdown, one-play drive to the house on a curl offensively, so that's good there. Again, we're really rotating a lot of people in the offensive line room, and so we're kind of a little bit everywhere. That's kind of the one area where we've had a little bit of an injury bug, and we've got some guys that have been out that are coming back, which is good moving forward. Man, our tight ends are looking really, really good. It was cool. We call it red zone lockout. It's just a competition drill in the red zone to end practice. And the offense was down, and we had to, it was fourth and forever, and we had to put the ball in the end zone. Our defense wins. We threw like a Hail Mary-ish type play, and AJ went up and made a one-handed Hail Mary type play in the back of the end zone in a scrum of guys to win that for the offense. That was really cool. Running backs were doing really well as well. Leonard Farrell had a huge scrimmage. Ethan Irvin had a few massive plays. He had an explosive run where he cut back a power scheme run for about 45 to the house. So I think the explosiveness is there. And again, you're looking without, Vinny in there, Nonar in there. Caden Belkamp's not there right now. Again, we're being very smart with Easton Messer right now. So that's without some of those guys. So we looked really good. And then defensively, I've been loving on him all the time recently. Hector Chavez is really coming along. He's a young guy that's making a lot of plays, made a lot of plays again today for us at linebacker. I'm really proud of him where he's at. Again, I can do kind of work from the front back other than that. Defensive line looks really good. Transfer, I believe you're going to talk to in a minute, Blake Burris. He's a massive human being, something we did not have last year. Man, he's I call him my kryptonite because we got guys open. He's batting the ball down because he's so big and long, and he's getting after the quarterback. He's running screens down. He's kind of got a basketball background, so really big dude that can really move, athletic. He's been an awesome, fresh air for us there. CJ Doggett's exactly who we know he is. He's playing well. Wilkie, moving him inside, is doing a really good job. Off the edge, I really like our edge room. With the addition of Jay Crable, Jonathan Bax, you got a lot of guys back in that room. You got G back in that room. Josh Roberts is back in that room. So I feel really good with where we're at there as well. Linebacker, that's another area which we knew kind of coming in. We're a little banged up there with Leon and KJ being out for the spring. And Joseph's done some really good stuff too. He's been banged up. He was back out there today. Looked good today. So you're getting a lot of Hector Chavez, Zaire Horton, Quez Lee, Nate Fisher. A lot of those guys are getting a ton of reps from there, which is good too. And then the back end, again, it's kind of like our offensive line. We're moving guys all over the place, trying to figure out where do we fit best. Duda Rogers playing a lot more nickel this year than he did last year, which is a good change. Moving Damon Allen back to safety, which is maybe more his natural position as well. And so we got a lot of competition. Tyson Rooks has looked really good back there. I'm excited with where we're at. After practice 8, again, we got a little early practice today, which you got to look at the silver linings and everything. And I look at that as an opportunity for our guys to rest, recover, rehab. So we're going to come back and have a little short yardage goal line practice on Saturday. So we got to get ready for that.
Last one for me is Caden was out there a little bit more today, competing in practice a little bit more than what he's been allowed to, so I'm assuming his progressions is going on?
Going really well. Yeah, I'm excited to go watch the tape. So again, he got to do just about 8 plays at full speed, 7-on-7 out there today. We're still going to really limit the contact stuff with him. But, I think he went 8 for 8 in that 7-on-7. It may be 7 for 8. He threw a back in line post to Kelby back there, and it's just going to be bang bang to see if his foot was on the line or out of bounds. But it was a great throw. We maybe got the foot, and if not, he went 7 for 8 and knew where to go with the football, which is the big thing. He's seeing defense so much. One thing I've asked him to do is be in the back behind the camera, and I want to see him go through everything that we teach. And you see him out there. He sees we may be throwing the ball over here. Well, he's pointing this way, like I'm gonna throw it there if I was in it. And so there's some really good like that. He's doing everything that I'm asking him to do. He's being a leader. He's working hard in the rehab. He's making sure he's doing the rehab right, so we don't overdo the shoulder as well. But it was great having him back out there, and I think it fired a lot of guys up, and it's just great to have him back. So his first day back, and he'll continue to get a little bit more as we go through, but again, not going to be done with him and put him in any crazy contact level drills, just because, again, I know what he can do.
That was Tuesday or?
Today.
Oh, he threw today.
Today.
He didn't throw in the scrimmage.
No, he won't. He will not scrimmage for us at all. I'm not putting him in those situations.
Got it.
Even though quarterbacks aren't live, I don't want someone falling into him or anything like that. So he's going to be doing a lot of drill work. He's been throwing a lot, but today, because again, whenever you're in an uncontrolled setting, with me giving the quarterback the ability to check plays, like today we're in the high red zone, so he was able to. We're still limiting him. I don't want him to throw the 70-yard bomb quite yet. He needs to throw that 30 to 40-yard throw, so I can limit those throws in the red zone, and he'll continue to climb as we go through practice.
Short to moderate in team today.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay.
When it comes to the rest of the quarterback position, with Caden working his way back, what have you seen from the rest of the room, and how do you want to see them progress over the remainder of the spring?
Yeah, so, I mentioned it early, one of my first deals we did here. Jordan Magwood's been running with the ones. Again, just his continuity, the comfortability in the offense. He's done some really good stuff. He's still not where he needs to be, clearly being a redshirt freshman, but he brings a different dynamic to the table because he can really, really run. And again, talking about that fourth down kind of Hail Mary type play, he made two dudes miss back there and was able to make some pocket movement to get that ball up and down. Done some really good stuff. Did have a couple turnovers here and there, so he's still getting better. But again, he's a young guy, high level IQ as far as the operation of the offense goes. He's starting to see defense better, which again takes time, but he's done a really good job. I'm proud of his progression. My man Big Drew, he's been mainly running with the twos right now. And again, he's a work in progress. I feel bad for him because he was just leading us on an unbelievable drive right here before we got lightning out of practice. Maybe his best drive he's had since we started. Great drive, doing a lot of really good stuff. And we got lightninged out there, so he was on his way to lead a touchdown drive there. But you gotta remember him. He's going from triple option Rice offense to this air raid type. I put a lot on your plate quarterback. So defensive structure of coverage and all that is so foreign to him. He's really still learning stuff, but he's really smart cat. Big deal with him is continuing to get comfortable in the offense and the autonomy that he has. I think sometimes right now he forgets it's not all about the play call that Coach Kittley calls. It's about them seeing defense and attacking as well. But again, I think he's tracking in the right direction. He needs a ton of reps. When you basically take a year off of football, like he did, in my opinion, from going from that offense to ours, he's got a long way to go. And the last two guys, Jeremiah, our freshman, mid-year enrollee, I really like where he's at too for a freshman. Got some juice to him. He's a lefty, but he's doing a really good job as well. And again, there's going to be that learning curve a little bit for a freshman, but he's come in and done a really good job. And Mikey Valentino, again, a guy that's been here, high-level operation, doing a really good job as well. Just trying to really, these guys, the good thing is we've been healthy enough to two-spot, and so we got two fields playing football at the same time, and so these guys are getting a ton of reps, which for the quarterback position is invaluable. So feel good with where those guys are, and clearly we'll continue to get number 10 back there, and that'll make it even better.
The running back room, obviously, being able to bring a guy like Leonard in who basically all offseason I'm hearing that this dude is going to be that guy. What have you really been able to see out of him, especially in those live team reps, the scrimmage the other day? I know you said he had a big day, but what have you really seen out of him on a day-in, day-out basis?
Yeah, just explosiveness. He's a one-cut runner, man. He hits the hole and goes, and we lacked that at times last year. Again, we run an outside zone in the deal, and he sees that we capture the edge, and he captures the edge at a different speed. And again, he's dynamic, he's explosive. Again, he's the guy that, he's going to try to make you miss. One cut, make you miss, and he's gone for 60. He's got the speed, he's got the explosiveness, he catches well in the backfield. Really excited with where he's at too, because again, he was a guy that got here, he moved into his department early, so he could just be around the facility more, be around guys more. And he's been, talk about work ethic. He's one of Coach Lee and the weight room's favorite guys because he's always in there trying to do everything right. Attacking day-to-day like a pro. So he's been awesome. Really excited with where he's at, and he's just a great dude too. Unselfish football player, wants to win, wants to be a part of a program that's a winning program with great people. So that's kind of the cherry on top for me.
Coach, you upgraded pretty much every position group in the portal in some way, shape, or form, and we're going to talk to Coach Santana too, but I just kind of wanted to get your overall take. I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier when you ran down the guys, but where do you see, like we talked about before, to plan? Where do you see that room as far as your to plan for the defensive line?
Yeah, again, the beauty of where we're at, again, I took a high priority in the transfer portal on both sides of the trenches, so the O-line and the D-line. But we were able to hit on some really good football players on that defensive line. Again, number one, it starts with getting C.J. Doggett back, an all-conference player. Number two, being able to bring Wilkie back, who played interior there towards the last part of the season, so we got some continuity there. And he's more built. It's hard to play on the edge at 290 pounds. So whenever you're on the inside at 290 pounds, he's a 600-pound squatter. He's going to be able to eat some double teams. But then you bring a guy in like Blake, who is 6'5", 320 pounds, but they can really, really roll. He's different. He's athletic. They bring a different dynamic. You got Corey Clark in here. You got Namari Brantley coming back. You got Earl Miller, who played some snaps for us last year. I could keep going. What I like where we're at there, and the beauty about those guys in that D tackle room is they are making the edge guys better too. And those new edge guys that we got coming in, as well as that continuity coming back there, that whole front seven is just so much different. And so we're going to be able to do more stuff defensively, I believe. We can take a little bit more pressure off that back end. Don't have to, add hats to the box or add blitzers when hopefully we get more of that four-man rush type situation, play a little bit more zone coverage, not put our DBs on islands. So again, we got a long way to go. Again, we're only in practice 8. A couple of those have just been in t-shirt and shorts. So, but again, right now, man, those first 3 that I've talked about have been huge for us there in the D line.
With some of the injuries you guys are dealing with, whether it be a quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver. How are you going about the building of chemistry on the offensive line, the chemistry between quarterbacks and wideouts? Is it more of making sure guys are so locked in with the scheme that that chemistry is the only thing remaining, or is it kind of a mix of trying to get reps here and trying to get reps there?
It's a little bit of both. Again, you look up, and again, you've been without your starting left tackle that played every snap for you last year at left tackle. He's been out all spring. Vinny's been here, then he kind of had a little very slight injury. We wanted to hold him for a couple practices. He got back out there today. He looked great today. Again, you got Braden Cunningham, who's got some continuity in the offense, just not a lot of playing time. But if you look up right there, that left side of the line, they've been here. So they do have some continuity. They do have some little bit of gel right there. Now that right side again, so Ben Galloway's been in. He's been playing right tackle. He's taken every rep at right tackle with the 1 since we started. And he's really coming along, again, learning the offense, trying to figure out how we coach certain things. That's the biggest difference on the offensive line, especially when you're a guy that's been, he was at Georgia Tech under Coach Brent Key, who's an O-line guy, and he's been kind of drilled in his mind, we do things this way. We block inside zone like this. This is a technique I want, and we're going to trade back on a gap scheme. And maybe we do it a little bit different our way. So that's kind of the harder part for that O-line guys, because those guys that we brought in do have playing time, and they played college football. It's more of just trying to get them all on the same page of how we want to communicate it, how we want to technique it up, and how we want to get stuff blocked. So that's that. Again, as far as the quarterback continuity, chemistry with all of our new wideouts, with Caden coming back in too, I'm honestly not overly worried. I don't know if he wants me saying this or not, but I'll say it. He's actually taking those guys. He's paying for them to go all to an Airbnb in the whole month of May, so they can go throw together. That's like NFL type caliber stuff from as far as leadership standpoint goes. I've never been around a college quarterback that does that. So that tells you where his mindset is, and he'll be 100% full to go here in a couple weeks. And as soon as we're done with school here, he's taking those guys for a couple weeks to Dallas, and they're going to go stay in an Airbnb down there, and they're going to go work out every single day together. They're going to work on the route tree, work on the continuity, work on, hey, you're coming out of this route like this, you got to fix it like that. I want it more like this. And so I'm really not concerned with the chemistry from that standpoint. Again, that offensive line gel's tough, but again, I do think once we get really going in fall camp, you get knowing our back, you got everybody healthy. BC's got a full spring with him being the starting center now as well. You're looking at it of hopefully being in a really good spot.
I know you fit a lot of positions, but cornerbacks, you brought in some guys who were at P4 schools, guys like Amar Reynolds and J.K. Jackson, who started their careers in good shape, but then for some reason didn't quite work out. But there's obviously talent there. You add that to McGee coming back, and Travis Jackson as a freshman has really flashed. So
Yep.
How do you feel about that room?
I do. That's kind of the one position too where we've got some other guys that can play there too. But man, you talk about having Queso back. That's Demarius McGee. Man, he was one of our very consistent players last year. So having him back, again, veteran presence, knows the system, knows what we're doing. He's had a really good camp so far. JK's had a really good camp. He's kind of been on that other side across from Queso starting this thing out. doing a really good job. Extremely talented guy. Again, you know, it's one of those things where everybody might just need the right opportunity. You mentioned Lamar. Lamar's having a great camp too. Again, you know, you got Duda that can go play corner. You got Chris Tooley that can go play some corner. You mentioned Travis Jackson, true freshman, mid-year enrollee. He's made some really explosive plays for us here too. You got like even Tyson Rooks, the big 6'4" safety. He's probably more built to play safety, but he has played corner. You got guys you can really move around. Wallace Foster, who's playing nickel for us. Wallace is a guy that can go play corner if you need him to. He can go play safety if you need him to. So again, we're at the point we're really trying to just find what are the best 5 guys. Because again, you're mostly going to be in your nickel set until we play those 3 triple option teams, and you're going to put that get that base defense with that Sam linebacker out there, which we're a lot better built for that now too with the guys we brought in. But yeah, I feel better there. Again, you know, you got to remember last year we had all these guys that we brought in, and then 4 months later we got to go sign 7 more defensive backs last year in April and May. That was tough. Now they're here. So again, you're talking just a whole different ballgame for us in that secondary room where I think we're just going to be better off overall.
Coach, just to confirm, you said that Cunningham has taken the center starting spot?
Correct.
And that was Vinny last year, right?
Correct. We moved Vinny to guard. Probably Vinny's more natural position is guard. That's what he had played his whole career there at Indiana. He had rotated in some center, done some snapping and stuff there too. But yeah, we're going to move Vinny to guard's the plan. And Akil Meredith Smith, he's taking some reps at center for us. He can snap. But BC, he's been the guy leading the charge up there at that center position so far this spring.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of retention in that room, and all of those guys know the standard, all right, and they understand that, and we were able to add some solid pieces to that. So it's been awesome. So. Who's
been the guy who's impressed you the most out of the newcomers? Coach mentioned Blake, obviously.
I would say Blake Burris is definitely the guy that has probably having the best spring on our defense right now. He's doing a really good job. All right, so we expect really big things out of him right now.
He's a huge human being,
right?
But we've also seen him, chase sideline to sideline. So he's got athleticism too.
Right.
That's obviously an amazing combination for an interior guy.
No doubt. I mean, you don't expect it, right? And we demand it out of our room, but I mean, he really reaches the standard and helps set it every day. All right. So I mean, I think that's awesome. I mean, he's 6'5", 323, whatever he is, but he's running sideline to sideline, right? We're leaving him in there, long tempo plays. So, I mean, long drives in the tempo period. So, I mean, I'm impressed with him right now. It's been good.
The interior guys, I think any defense, it starts with that.
Right.
If you're not controlling that 5x5 area of the field,
right,
how hard is it to play defense?
It's really hard. I mean, it always starts from inside out, right? That's what a lot of our defensive coordinator says. That's what our head coach says also. So, and that's what we're going to be.
From year 1 to year 2, what do you think has been the biggest difference and the biggest improvement in your room?
Just seeing those guys grow kind of in those leadership roles, right? They really understand the expectation, especially just, like I said, the retention of CJ Doggett, like seeing him grow in a role where a lot of people are now following him, right? And he's able to set the standard for guys every single day, which is awesome. So I think that's the biggest thing I've seen from year 1 to year 2.
And tying into that from a schematic standpoint, does having that retention make it much easier for maybe some of the newer guys or some of the younger guys to really pick things up because they have the guy that has done it and is coming back once again? Yeah,
I think those guys having great examples in front of them every single day, right? And not only seeing the examples from the teach clips that we have, but they're actually being in the room also, and they can talk through it with those guys to see how they did it, I think is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So always just the retention.
Can you talk a little bit about Wilkie's move to your unit? We spoke to him, I think, the first day of camp.
Wilkie has grown. I think every day he has progressed. All right, day in and day out. He played a lot of like the 4i for us last year. All right, so he played a lot of that in the last game, which he was able to have a good last game for us. But we moved him all interior, so the 2i, the 3, everything, and the more reps Wilkie gets, the better he gets. You know what I'm saying? Moving from the edge to the interior, it's just reps, it's banging every play. And he's really kind of just bought into it, all right? And that was the big conversation that we had, like, are you going to buy into this move, all right? Because in there, it's a fight every play, all right? There is no running from it. So, and it's been awesome just to see that from him. And he was able to get a lot of reps in our scrimmage, and he's going to continue to get a lot of reps and continue growing there. And it's been awesome just to see progress day in and day out. He's not making the same mistakes which is awesome to see from them. But it's just consistent progress, and I've been pleased up to this point.
Would it be fair to say that this group that you have now could be the best defensive line unit that you've ever coached at any program?
I think it has a chance to be a really good one, for sure. I've had the opportunity to coach be a part of some really good defensive lines and coach some really good defensive lines for sure. You know what I'm saying? I think it's up there, all right? But it's all going to depend on how hard we work from now all the way through our summer conditioning, all the way through fall camp, all right? But this group definitely does have a very good chance to be one of those.